Back. We're solving day 3, advent of code. Gear ratios. When the elf eventually reach a gondola lift station, he says the gondola lift will take you to the source, but this is as far as he can bring you. You can go inside. It seems to be a problem. Okay, until now it seems irrelevant. Okay, let's go over the example to understand. There are lots of numbers and symbols you don't really understand, but apparently any number adjacent to a symbol, even diagonally, is a part number and you should be included in your sum. Any number adjacent to a symbol, even diagonally, equal the actual engine is the sum of all the part numbers. Okay, one for this number doesn't have any number which is a symbol. Period don't count as a symbol. Okay, fine. Star hash. So we just need to check all the neighboring cells of a number, and if any one of them is a hash or star or any symbol, then we need to include that in the sum. Every other number is adjacent to a symbol, and so is a part of a number. Okay, fine. 1 4 1 4 and 5 8 is not, because you can see all these neighboring cells are dots. Okay, first of all we need to go row wise, check the find out the entire number first, then check its adjacent. Okay, let's do what is been asked. Create a 3. Okay, just a minute. Day 03. So lots of baby. We need to input the lines. Let's do this as a utility function. I don't know why my PC is so slow. The dimensions of the grid. Then we go row wise. Then we go over the columns. If it is a digit, then we need to take all the digits starting from this position. This is a digit, beta 5j. Then let's find out the number as well as the positions and the number itself. Let's do here inside this. Let's start from j, and as long as it is less than the column length and it is a digit of of id, number would be number times 10 plus the digit, which would be mat I id minus 0, and the position would be, let's store pair of ints as x comma y of the grid, I comma id. And let's update the new j from this position, which would be id minus 1, so that in the next iteration when it is incremented, it start from the position where we left off. Okay, let's say the input was like 1 2 3 4 dot dot dot, then id would be at this position, but if we don't use id minus 1, then it would start at this position. Okay, looks fine. After that, I need to check something. If what was the name that they used? Part number. Check part number of these positions. This the number that we are searching is in this position. If it is a part number, then we need to include it in the final answer. And this should be the final answer. Check part number of this. It returns a boolean. We go over all the positions, ij, and we also need to check the diagonal things, right? So it would be 6 or 8. Yeah, 8 positions to check. So 0 0 minus 1 minus 1 plus 1 plus 1, it should be 6, or what else is left? Yes. Let me do this. Yes. 1 minus 1 and 0, 0. Okay. Yeah, that's it. We'll go over all this. 8 of them. The new index of the neighboring one would be I plus dx of I dx. Same for j, d pi, if not inside. If we have used zero waste, right? So in this case, we should continue. Else we know the character, the neighboring character of this position, which should be mat of ni nj. Then there are some conditions that I need to consider. It is a dot, then it's fine. If it is a hash or a dollar, let's ignore digits, dots, and if it is anything else, then let's count it as a symbol. So if ch is a digit or it is a dot, then it's not a part number condition. We simply return true, I guess. It's return false. The answer for this case is 4261. Let's check. Is it going in infinite loop somehow? Okay, right. I need to increment this. So it's wrong. Let's check the numbers first, whether we are finding out the correct order. Four, six, 7, 1, 1, 4, 3, 5, 6, 3. Yeah, looks fine. Let's also check for what numbers we are getting. We are getting 467, then 35, right? 633, 617, 58 is not there. 592 should be there. 92 is not there, right? 755 is also not there. 664 and 598 are there. Okay, let's check the neighbor list. 0, 1, 1, 0, 0 minus 1, 1, 0. Minus 1, minus 1. What is this? Okay, should be fine now. Let's hope. Four, 3, 6, 1. Okay, cool. Let's try it on the in test. I hope there are only star. Okay, there are equals as well, divisions, and we have considered them as well, so I don't think that should be the issue. Let's try this. Perfect. Let's go to part 2. The engineer finds the missing part and installs it. The engine, as the engine springs to life, you jump in the closest gondola to ascend to the support source. Don't seem to be going very fast though. Maybe something is still wrong. Fortunately, the gondola has a phone labeled help, so you pick it up and the engineer answers. Before you can explain the situation, she suggests that you look at the window. There stands the engineer holding a phone in one hand and waving with the other. You are going so slowly that you haven't even left the station. You exit the gondola. The missing part wasn't the only issue. One of the gears in the engine is wrong. Gear is any star symbol that is adjacent to exactly two part numbers, and its gear ratio is the result of multiplying those two numbers together, star, and it should be adjacent to exactly two numbers. This time you need to find the gear ratio of every gear and add them all up so that the engineer can figure out which gear needs to be replaced. Example, there are two gears. The first in the top left, this one, which has two adjacent numbers, exactly two adjacent numbers. So its gear ratio is their multiplication. It is multiplication, right? Okay. And the second gear in the lower right, this one, its gear ratio is this, and adding these two values gives us this answer. Perfect. Okay, to do this, first of all, I will find out a star at total positions it is present. Then I will go over all the numbers. Hmm. Check if any of the neighbor of this star's position is in that number. If it is, that means that is the neighbor of the star. So first of all, I will find out the positions of all these numbers individually. Then I will iterate over the stars, and for all the adjacent positions in those stars, for each of them, check whether a particular number is lying on that position, and that count, if it is equals to 2, or simply find out the numbers whose adjacent is the star. Okay. Input 1 is the same, maybe. But output 1 is now this. No, I just okay, cool. I don't need to check the part number condition now. I just need the positions of all numbers. Vector of pair of int 3, all numbers positions, and this should be post into this positions of a particular number. And should I do it for star as well? Star, then star is a single salad, so we only need a pair of int command. Stars. Okay. Stars dot pushback make pair ij. Now I need to go over. I hope this answer is only used once in this. Okay, fine. Go over all the stars. So the location of this star is, let's say, SISJ. And in this, let's write a utility function which gives us the neighbors. Get neighbors of any index ig, and there should be a valid neighbors, right? So, okay, I need this for loop here. Vector of pair of int neighbors. Mm, we only need valid positions, so neighbors dot pushback make pair ning. The I just want the neighbors which lie inside the grid, so that is what this function will do. I will go over all of them. Neighbor of a star, let's say NSI and NSJ. Get neighbors for index SI SJ, and I need to check how many numbers have this, right? Let's store the count, and we need the product, right? I think we need the number value as well, but we can retrieve it, so that's not an issue. We need the product, so let's keep it 1. We go over all the numbers, number positions in all nums, and we check whether this NSI NSJ is present in that. So I want count in this vector. I want the count of this pair, which is NSI and SJ, and this count, if it is greater than 0, or it should be 1 only, but for now let's say it is there, the count is there, then I need to increase my count, the neighbors count, and I also need to consider it in the product, and I need the number as well for this. This could be pre-generated, but let's see. If it is too slow, then I can, let's see if this count is too. Okay, I think I have mistaken this count should be this thing. But the main thing that I haven't considered is, suppose the neighbor is if there is a star, let's say 1 2 3, then a star, then 1 2 3, and above it, let's say there is So for this star, not this case. If it is 1 1 1 2 dot dot dot, for this star, this number, this is the location that we are looking for, and this as well. So both of them will contain the same number. For that, what I need to do is I will prepare a set of those numbers. Or even index would do. Okay, I should not do this. This count also not give us the right answer. Mm. Set of. I need positions, right? Let's store them in this, and this should be for I in size of columns, and then this would be all nums of I. Let's make it const auto and a reference so that we don't create extra copies. And in this, if the count is greater than 0, that means that particular number is a neighbor of SISJ, and I will store and is this particular index. This is because, let's say I am SISJ is this star, then this one, the third one in the first row, is a cell of 1112, and this neighbor of star, which is the fourth value from in the first row, is also a neighbor of star and is present in this number. That means this number is counted twice as a neighbor, which is incorrect. So let's say there was dot 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 here. In this case, the count that we are counting earlier would have been 3, because for this neighbor this whole number is counted, for this 2 the whole number is counted. That means 2 counts, and this 1 2 3 would have been one of them. But if we only take the set of values, then we get the correct count. So num IDs is 2. Then I need to get the product, right? Let's do product equals 1 ID in num IDs, product multiplied by get number for this index, and answer plus equals to prod. Let's write this num IDs of, no, not num IDs, or is it? Yeah, it is num IDs, okay, typo. And to get the number at get number, which index ID, I need to go over all the positions. Let's say ning in all nums of this id. Value initialized with 0, return value. And value equals to value times 10 plus the character digit would be mat of ning. I can also assert if this is a digit. And digit minus 0 since it's a character. Okay, let's try this. Okay, looks good on first try. Let me try that test case that we were finding. So it was, let's say, 1 to 3 dot 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 1 to, let's skip it 100 so that the answer is 10 to 4 star dot dot. Right, in this case there are, let's say there is a 0 here as well, and there are two neighbors to this star, and the answer should be 10 to 5. Day 3 out to, answer is 10000. Perfect. Let's try the last test case. It's the same input, right? Okay. It took a while, but it's fine for us. Perfect. Okay, that's the solution. Let's copy it and refactor. Remove the input and output files. Is there anything left to refactor? I don't think I have any. Okay. For the first part, let's remove this file. I don't think there is anything here as such. I hope I have copied it in the part 2 solution. Okay, perfect. Remove this file. Add this folder. Commit R3, day 3, both parts, push. That's it. I'm closing the stream.